and we will include items on this list as well to see what we can do that are in line with our current policies and laws. And we do not have the authority to change laws, so we are looking to work within that law, and if laws need to be changed, that's a greater conversation that we need to have with the Oregon legislature as well.
Well, the law has been changed, and you are still not following that law, which is a sit and lie law was reversed. So that means that what you're doing could be illegal. So
we are
you should
looking
really
into
look.
that.
Yeah, but here's the problem. A lot of people are being affected. You could have major lawsuits, and you don't care. I mean, this is bureaucracy. This is a bureaucracy that operates against itself and against the healthcare system because of all the costs of that. You just add costs and costs and costs, and you keep spending and you keep talking. We need it done. Who's the governor's contact in the governor's office that you're talking to?
I'm not speaking to them personally, but I can find out.
What was your office? Did you ask to be made part of the conversation that took place yesterday that eliminated temporarily these sweeps until further notice? Did you ask to be part of that conversation? Did you ask about what took place behind the scenes?
I had another commitment at another public meeting last night, and I was unable to attend this meeting.
Because
That
the
took
agreement
place
is
last
extraordinarily
night.
important for today's conversation, and you don't know anything about it. It just behooves me to think that you don't.
Can we get a copy right now?
A copy of what?
The agreement. Is it written? Is it public?
She has no knowledge of it, that's what she's saying.
Well, she does have knowledge. She doesn't know what was discussed behind the scenes.
Well, she could go on the website, since she's one of their spokespeople, and just simply download it for us right now, and then we can see
It's
the,
probably not readily accessible.
Thank you.
I just want to know how these guys that sleep at night. How do you push human beings out? How do you take their meds? How do you take their ID?
How do you slash the
I can't even imagine having that as my job. I would quit because these are human beings. Actual human beings. They've got children, they've got grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends. And like myself, I don't have any family here. My closest family is Colorado. How am I gonna get to Colorado? Once I'm on the street, you know? So I don't understand how you people sleep at night. I really don't.
You know, perhaps if ODOT had shown some compassion, we might not even be here today. It would give us the breathing room that we need to help craft solutions. We are a community, we're building community, and we see that ODOT is threatening that community. What troubles me personally is that ODOT, I know for a fact, has been in receipt of another list for nearly 2 weeks now. What has come out of it? What progress has ODOT made in coming to terms with those demands and requests? I haven't seen any public statements from ODOT. I haven't seen ODOT, do any kind of networking out at the camps. I haven't seen ODOT working with community advocates or homeless advocates or social service workers. All I do is hear ODOT talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And quite frankly, myself and a whole lot of other people are tired of talking. We're not here to talk. We're here to change things. We want to see the stop sweep. If the stops can't be stopped, then we're asking for a minimal
Some
amount of
compassion.
conditions.
we're
Some
here to
compassion.
demand, not talk, basically, We're here to tell you guys that your laws take too long, and we understand that bureaucracy takes time, and you guys are, drag your feet on everything through the bureaucracy, but that's no excuse. And, the government is supposed to work for the people, not against them. So for you guys to be sweeping homeless people, which is torture, you guys are involved in torture. Do you like torture? Do you like representing an organization that is responsible for torture that goes on at places like Guantanamo Bay? Just Google sleep deprivation and then put torture after that, okay? And one of the first articles that'll come up is a Psychology Today article that talks about how sleep deprivation is torture. So you guys are torturing people. Let's get that straight.
And you're in violation of international law.
Yeah, international constitutional law. So all that stuff overrides all your little petty county, city, and federal laws or any of that stuff.
Bureaucracy.
I mean, you know, the thing is that, you know, we're doing the best that we can, and we don't see that ODOT is. And so you're a public information officer, you work for ODOT, you know, you're on the record, but I want to ask you something off the record. And what I'd like to ask you on a personal level, just for me to you, is what if these were your family members? What if these were people that you knew? What if your family was living on the street? I mean, would you really honestly be willing to wait 6 months, 2 weeks, even a day, knowing that these people are out there, these people that you love and you respect and you have a relationship with? Because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about somebody's friends, somebody's family, somebody's neighbors. I mean, they're still our neighbors, and that's the thing.
You
is
go
These
back to the
people
law.
are still our neighbors. The difference between them and us is they don't have houses.
And they want to be a
That's
productive
it.
part of the community as well, and
They're just like us. They have the same emotions, they have the same sets of skills, they have the same problems that we do. There's absolutely no difference other than they don't have a house. Who are we to judge? And even worse, who are we to treat them like trash? And that's exactly what ODOT's doing, bringing in trucks and inmates and work crews and law enforcement. And these people they're suffering a tremendous amount of PTSD, you know, so I personally get tired of hearing people outside these walls, inside these walls, saying they have mental problems, there's nothing we can do about it, you know, but the fact is, most of these people don't have mental issues. They're suffering from PTSD, and what ODOT's doing and ODOT's policies are, that worsens that condition.
3/4 of the American people are now living paycheck to paycheck, so this is going to get worse.
Yep.
It's gonna get much worse.
I have 7 children, and 4 of them have faced homelessness this year, and they all have educations, they even all have jobs. But without family support, they would have been homeless. My
Exactly.
family has the means to support each other, but people come from families that don't have that. A lot of the people that we're trying to help have grown up in foster care, or were kicked out when they were 13 or 14 years old from their family because their stepfather didn't like them. That's a story I hear again and again. These are people that don't have family resource. And now our society, even people with family resource, are struggling to stay in housing.
And I
Sir,
do
you have
appreciate,
comment,
yes, I
please.
do appreciate the laws, but however, you guys make your policies. You can change those as well. Straight like
with the
that.
stroke of the pen.
And that is why we are looking at the laws and policies and this to see what we can accomplish without taking, you know, further legal action to change things. What can we do now? And that is why having it written out like this, stated clearly, which you have, is helpful for us.
Where is it even written that sweeps are allowed at all? Because that was what we discovered last time, that ODOT can't actually sweep.
That is correct. ODOT cannot move people. We
No,
can
but
ask
ODOT
people to
makes the
move.
calls to move those people.
And we can only remove property. We do not have the legal authority to remove people.
But
No,
you
we
coordinate,
cannot.
you coordinate.
That's right.
The thing is you coordinate all the sweeps. You have crews running Monday through Friday. I know that, I've talked to the lady who runs all the sweeps. I went to a community meeting and talked to her, so I know you guys are behind all the sweeps. And you're using prison inmate labor, slave forces, to go and, wage war on the homeless people.
And they could have been homeless
Yeah, and some of
themselves.
these people
Yeah, and lots of
were
them will
already
become
rounded up and
homeless
they're
when
in
they get out of
prison
jail.
before.
That is a very interesting thing you just said, Keith, because back in October of 2013, after one of the worst storms that there was ever, everything, the tents collapsed. Pastor Mike and I told everyone to please move their stuff out in the sun and we take it to the laundromat. That's what was filmed and portrayed by the media. This is the way they live. No, that's not the way they live. They didn't bother filming the camp that you couldn't find a gum wrapper that had a pristine garden with sunflowers in it that she had done. They didn't bother doing that. They wanted to portray the homeless as bad. But using prison labor or jail labor, which is Multnomah County, they had plenty of inmate work crews. We watched a deaf man, he and his girlfriend both are deaf, try to move up an embankment with his few possessions in a grocery cart. He was trying and he fell backwards and rolled down. Everything went into Johnson Creek. ODOT people are laughing. The inmate work crew started to go down to help him, and their jailers said, no, you're not going to do it. And one person turned around and used an explicative, dropped an F-bomb at one of the jails. He goes, "You use homeless inmate work crews to evict homeless. We're gonna go help him." And then at that point, they allowed him to go down to help this man pick up his stuff. It
Well,
was awful.
The, such behavior of, laughing at a situation like that from an ODOT employee is unacceptable. And, you know, that's not what we stand for. We have a hard job to do, and the job that we do is based on the law. And
19, 20,000.
Thing is, facial expressions don't really matter in this situation, you know,
Facial,
whether they're
verbal.
laughing or they got a stern face, that does not matter. The same exact activities are happening. We